And we're live. Just driving down the road. Thought I'd turn on the camera. I don't get much opportunity to do this anymore. So we will see if anybody's out there wants to say hey. Heading down to Lincoln to work the first day of the Deer and Game Expo. And now that I'm out of town, I realize I forgot the tablecloth. Hopefully we've got more than one tablecloth. We'll see how much we actually have in our booth. It might just be warm bodies in our booth for the first day. We'll see what we get. I do have a few flyers. I know we've got a table and some chairs, and some internet. We've got Wi-Fi lined up. That is perfect. So we will be able to do some live broadcasts from out at the Deer and Game Expo. Might do a couple here on Sandhills Media. Most of them will be over on the NFOA YouTube and Facebook. So might even put them up on NFOA Twitter, which you can also go and follow on the Twitter if that's what you want to do. So curious to see what's going on, and I don't get to talk to the midday crowd very often, at least not live like this, where you guys can comment and interact. So I thought I'd say hey. While I have an opportunity here, we will we'll pose a question. If you did not catch last night's Get Off My Lawn podcast, we're kicking around the possibility of switching nights, maybe going to Wednesdays instead of Thursdays at 8 p.m. I don't know if I'm going to lose more people than I'll gain doing that. There are some things that we'd rather have Thursday nights open for again. And so it's something that we're not going to let everybody out there in viewer land decide for us, but we definitely want your input because we haven't made the decision either way yet. So let us know. You can comment here live. You can comment on this video. You can go back and comment on last night's Get Off My Lawn podcast episode from January 19th, or you can just email us direct at sandhillsmediaempire@gmail.com. You can do that. But what works best for you? When are you more likely to tune in live? Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central, or neither one works and you always have to catch it on the replay. So that's kind of what we want to know there. So other than that, I don't really know a whole lot yet. We're still planning the rally for next Thursday back down in Lincoln, but this will be at the Capitol. I'm not going down. You're not missing anything. This isn't the hearing day. That's next Thursday. This is just heading down to the Deer and Game Expo. That's why I made sure and put that into the title of the video and the description, so people would be able to see that. But should be a good time. We've got some brand new board members that have never done this with us. It's going to be a lot more fun. Last year, as I recall, we had the whole time that I was there, we had two board members show up in the booth and a couple other of our volunteers, one of whom is now a board member, so that'll be fun. So stop out today. We'll be in booth number 134, and that should be the booth right over by the entrance to the concessions area / bathroom area. There's kind of just a little lobby, or I shouldn't say lobby, just a little concourse there. It's just off of the main expo room. So come check us out. I think that's where we requested. I haven't seen a map of where all the booths are, but they told us that they got us back in a prime spot again because we registered early, and we will continue to do so if we keep getting a good response from coming out to this show. So I'm trying to spread the word about what's happening with LV7, happening with I want to say it is bill number LB, I want to say 482, I think, which is the some sort of, it's titled something about the Suicide Prevention Act, but it's a red flag law bill, which I could go into exactly why those are so terrible right now if y'all wanted me to, but nobody's commenting, so I'm not even sure if you're out there watching right now. Mike's out there. What's up, Mike? And then we also have a bill was introduced. I believe it's LB 194. Trying to keep these numbers straight in my head without going back into my phone and being dangerous driving here to get all those numbers right. I did put the links to all of those, all three of them, in the description of the last night's podcast. So you can go pull that up on YouTube. On the Facebook side, I can't alter the description of the video, so you'll just have to go into the comments and catch them there. But they are in there now too. I think it's LB 194 is the third one, and that is the Second Amendment Preservation Act. That would actually do the same thing statewide that the Second Amendment sanctuary counties did, county by county. And what it would do is it would make it unlawful for any state employee as well to, or any subdivision thereof, to enforce unconstitutional gun laws. So if a magazine ban was enacted, or a some sort of quote unquote assault weapons ban would actually get passed into law, and they would, try to be coming door to door to come take the stuff that you already told them was lost at the bottom of the lake. It would make it illegal for any state agency or any agency of a subdivision thereof, which means county, city, what have you. It'd make it to where they wouldn't enforce it. I haven't read the bill to see if it has teeth, if there are actual legal penalties, if it's a crime and there's punishment involved for enforcing such a thing. I know some states have that, like Missouri's, it's got some teeth in it. But I don't know. I haven't taken the time. I haven't had time yet with getting the podcast done and then getting stuff afterwards. I didn't get a chance to read through the text of that bill. I will sit down and do so later. Just realized I forgot my laptop too. So tomorrow I will have a lot more stuff. I will be a lot more prepared to make the booth look really good. But Ozzy's out there. J. Mateo BM. High name. Okay, I'm not sure what's up with that. But anyway. So yeah, we got some stuff happening here in the old Cornhusker State. And so we will we'll see what goes on. I've got a good feeling about all of these bills. I've got a good feeling because, and this is stuff that I can't talk about details. You know how this works. We are privy sometimes to some insider info, some super secret squirrel info, and it's nothing that that needs to be like put out on WikiLeaks or anything like that. It's all stuff that it's not our place to make it public, make it known. Just keep watching. You'll see everything unfold. There won't be anything done under the table. But I do know, and I'll just say it this way: if you aren't already aware, the process to get a bill passed into law, they don't call it a sausage factory for nothing. They always say if you saw how sausage was made, you'd never eat sausage again, because it's a pretty eye-opening and sometimes quite disgusting procedure. So same thing with how laws are passed. Sometimes it's an eye-opening and quite disgusting procedure. Now, not in this case. That's not what I'm saying. There's nothing disgusting going on. What I am saying is it's a dance. right? It's a dance that senators have to do in order to get things passed. There has to be some there has to be some agreements made. There has to be some loyalties built up. You know, it's not just I'm going to go to Lincoln and do whatever I want, and the other 48 senators be damned. It's not like that. And so what I will say is Brewer is he's got enough tenure under his belt now that he's learning the dance steps. He knows how to dance the dance. He knows how to work this bill through the system, and every year that he's had something that he has submitted that didn't go through, you know, the last 2 years, he's learned. He's learned from his mistakes, and just like any good soldier, right? That didn't work. Okay, so let's come up with a better plan. So, and that's what he does. J. Mateo BM, got you. I get it now. You're in. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I'm driving and I'd have to stare at it too long. I see that you're in Colombia. So welcome. Welcome from down in the South American region. We appreciate you joining us. I get it now. That makes sense. Ozzy says there's some crap happening there in Illinois. That doesn't sound good either. So if you want to talk about that sometime, give me a holler, Ozzy, or shoot. You can come on the show if you want to and just explain. I've got several folks that I know over in Illinois, as I like to say. I know it's wrong, but it's fun. It's fun to say Illinois. I know several of you folks over there that are facing all the crap, and you know, it's funny because every time I start whining about how things are here in Nebraska, somebody from Illinois pipes up, or Massachusetts or California, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? We don't have it so bad, but at the same time, if we don't fight tooth and nail to hold our ground, Nebraska becomes Illinois. Nebraska becomes California, and don't think it can't happen. Again, look at Virginia a few years ago. Look what happened when people didn't show up to vote because they thought they had the election just sewn up in the bag. And Republicans didn't come vote. Democrats did. They lost the governor's mansion. They lost their state legislature to the Democrats. They started passing just all kinds of terrible stuff through their legislature, which then would go on to be signed by tyrant Ralph Blackface Northam over in Virginia there. The same guy that when they were talking about what happens when an abortion doesn't work right and the baby is born alive, and he said, well, the I don't even remember. I don't think he called it a baby. He can't call it a baby in support of his arguments, but he said the fetus or whatever would then be placed on a table and made comfortable, and the doctor and the mother would have a conversation on what to do. And that's what conversation is there? You either keep the baby or give the baby up for adoption. Those are the only two options. And the doctor is not the one who is necessarily qualified to have that conversation. But the implication was we'll decide whether or not we're going to go ahead and finish the abortion. This is a living, breathing, air, crying, delivered baby. And it wasn't outside of his scope to think that, well, if she didn't want to keep it, it would just be left alone, right? Just we don't tend to it. Eventually, it's just going to die because, it won't get fed. It won't get clothed, right? And I can't think of anything more brutal besides reaching up in there before it's born and just ripping it out piece by piece. That's the only more brutal thing I can think of to do to a baby, born or unborn. And so, that's barbaric. That's the kind of guy that's what you get for a governor when you don't show up and vote. So I see you there, Ozzy, second shift. I get it. I know sometimes you comment. That makes sense. You're at work. You don't get a chance to talk a lot. So yeah, well, if you need to sometime, I don't remember if you got my phone number, Ozzy, but you can give me a call or shoot me a message and I'll get it to you. I know I got you there on Facebook. But anyway, that's about all I know. We don't have much going on. If anybody wants to ask me questions, Mateo, I think you said you had one question. I don't remember seeing you actually ask it. So go ahead and hit me with your question, and I'll do my best there. Otherwise, if I don't get that question pretty soon, and there's not much else going on, and people aren't really talkative, then we'll sign off, and we'll call it good. So. We'll go from there. But got other messages coming in that I can't take time to read or address while I'm driving. That's all right. I'll get to them later. So anyway, Vanessa's up there. Hi, Vanessa Kitty. How are you? Geez, I'm seeing lots of vehicles in the ditch. We were supposed to leave town Wednesday when we got all the snow here in northeast Nebraska, and I'm glad we didn't, because I've seen 3 or 4 vehicles now in the ditch just between Norfolk and Columbus. I'm not even to Columbus yet. I'm between Madison and Columbus is where I am. But I've seen several vehicles in the ditch so far, or in the median. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't end up driving up and down the road when this stuff was rolling through. I know we could have made it. We were heading north. We were supposed to be in Sioux Falls. I know we could have made it up there. That wasn't going to be a problem because the roads were going to be fine by the time we left. We'd have run out of the snow and we'd have stayed ahead of it. But coming home would have been a real bear. So we just decided to err to the side of caution and stay home because we would have had to have come home that night. 5 bad accidents on the way back home from VA in West Haven Wednesday. Gotcha. Yeah, that's the problem is people don't know how to drive when the roads are bad. I could have driven down the road and gotten us there. It might have taken until way late in the night. But that's only, snow-covered roads I can deal with, snow-packed roads. As long as I'm the only one out there on them, I'm fine. I don't have to worry about anybody trying to stop short in front of me or anything like that. The problem that I have is there's an awful lot of hills between where we were going to be and home. And if the snow is coming down that hard and blowing, I know that there are several spots on that stretch of road where the state has to come through and plow the pass open at the top of the hill there because it drifts shut so bad. And so that would have been bad. So all right, Mateo, I'm not seeing anything from you. Ozzy, Vanessa, Mike, thanks for checking in. We'll just call this one quits, and we will again, we'll check in. There may be some stuff coming through on Sandhills Media, but there will definitely be stuff coming through on Nebraska Firearms Owners Association. So go watch for the updates from the show there. I may get a chance to do some quick interviews. That'd be kind of fun. We'll see what we can do. But it's going to be some good times. You can see some people that I have become friends that I know are going to be there or are typically there anyway. And that's where I first met Melissa Bachman. If you watch Sportsman Channel, you know her from Winchester's Deadly Passion. She actually lives about half an hour from where I grew up and where my dad lives, where I go up to hunt. So she's a cool lady. She's back this year doing some seminars and then just doing a lot of meet and greet in a booth there at the show as well. So if you're anywhere near Lincoln, come on out to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo. You can Google it. They've got their own website. It's got the hours and such and the prices. I believe it's half off for ladies all day Friday, which is today. I believe the whole show is half off for veterans or active duty military. So you can save a little money coming on out, but make sure if you are out there at the Deer and Game Expo that you stop and say hi. I will be there the whole time Friday and Sunday. I will be there somewhere by 3 or 4 o'clock Saturday till closing time. I think it closes at 9 tonight, 8 tomorrow, maybe 10 to 6 on Sunday. I don't remember for sure. I'd have to look, which I can't do from where I am driving right now. But come out, say hi, get the skinny on what's going on if you haven't caught any of our town halls or such. Yeah, let me know that you saw the video and you stopped by because of that. When people come up and I talk to them, and sometimes they recognize the face, the voice, or whatnot. I never know when I'm at an NFOA booth. I never know if they know me from NFOA stuff or if they know me from Sandhill Media stuff. So just let me know where you know me from if you stop by. That'd be awesome. Like to see where the reach is, and gosh, I love it when I meet people that actually pay attention to what I'm talking about online. It's pretty cool. It's a really big rush, big ego boost. My ego loves that. So that'll be it. I will sign off. I'm not getting any other questions, comments. You guys have a great rest of your Friday, and I will plan on having a great rest of my journey here. If you do pray, just go ahead and give me send some prayers up that I have a safe trip home and a safe trip back to Lincoln tomorrow. We're going to stay the night tomorrow night, but my bride's at work right now and she has to work tomorrow, so I'm just going to come home, and then once she's off work, we'll head back down there, and she'll get to do some stuff in Lincoln while I'm doing some stuff at the booth. It's going to be good times. We'll check you later. Love you guys. God bless you.